Hi, welcome to Math and Computer Tutorial channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.
Hi, for today's video, I will discuss joining tables using SQL natural join, using closed, unclosed, and outer joins like left, right, and full joins. SQL provides joins conditions that enable information to be queried from separate tables and combine one report. Okay, so for natural join, a natural join is based on all columns in two tables that have the same name and data type. So we can use natural join if your two tables have the same name and data types. We have example here. We have employee table and debt table wherein they have both common column names, which is debt ID with same data type, which is number data type. So we can use here the natural join. Syntax for natural join, we have select columns from table 1, table's name, natural join, table 2. So in this joining table, simply retrieve data from both table with match columns or match records. Okay, so let us try with using Oracle Apex. Okay, so let us join two tables. So first I have here my first table, describe employees. So this is the table structure of this table. So we have here the dep ID, data type number. Then we also have another table, which is department table, the dep table. So let us join this table with dep table. Okay, for department table or dep table, I have two columns here, dep ID and dname. So the common columns of both table is dep ID. So let us now join the two tables. So select, then you have to type the column list. So if I want to display employee number, the dep ID, and last name from first table, which is employee table. So from employee table, join with your second table, which is dep table. And then let us add columns to be displayed from dep table, which is the department name, the name. Okay, so since they have common fields or common column, which is dep ID, so we can use the natural join. Okay, let us see the result. Okay, so as you can see, the two tables now are combined already. So you have here the department name combined with information from employee table. Okay, so the match columns or records were joined naturally. Okay, if you have two tables with same column name but different data types, for example, I have here two tables, employee info and employee table. So as you can see, we have common column name, which is employee number, but they have different data types. So varchar, the other one is number data type. So still we can relate these two tables using clause. Okay, but the using clause specifies the columns that should be used for the join. So we have to specify the column name. Okay, syntax, select columns from table 1, join table 2 using, then type the common columns of the two tables. Okay, so let us join the two tables. So we have now employee. First table is the employee, join with new table, which is employee info. Okay, using. So we'll use now using clause, using, then indicate or type the common fields, which is employee number. Okay, so select the column names from employee, employee number, dep ID, last name, and for employee info, so I want to display the contact numbers to determine the contact numbers of each employee and city. So these two columns, is from employee info. So let us now run. Okay, so you have now the combined tables. So as you can see, we only have 4 rows returned because these are only the match column from both tables. Okay, so our employee table has 12 rows. Let us check. So first table has 10 rows, while the second table, employee info, it has only 4 rows. Okay, combining these two tables, since they will match the common field, which is employee number, that's why it will return only 4 columns. Okay, so for the using clause, we can also include where clause to restrict data to be retrieved. Okay, so for example, I want to display only data, the join tables, display only records where city, or where dep ID equals to 40. Okay, let us run. So from 4 records with where clause, it will now return to 2 rows only because it restricted the retrieve data using this condition. So using the on clause, we can also use or relate table with the same column name. So we have the syntax, select columns from table 1, join table 2 on table 1 dot column equals to table 2 dot column if they have common field names. Okay, but if the two tables has no common field names, you can join uses non-equality comparison operators such as less than, greater than, or between operators. Okay, so for the on clause, of course, we can also add where clause to restrict rows from one or both tables. And you should also add table aliases or alias to distinguish columns that have identical names but reside in different tables. Use the table alias. Okay, so let us try the on clause with the same two tables, employee and employee info. Okay, so we have this same column list. From employee, join employee info. So this time, let us use the on clause. So on, then type the column name. So we have the employee number. Their common field is employee number, but you have to indicate table 1 column is equals to table 2 dot column. Okay, let us now add tables alias to shorten typing the table's name. So let us use table E for employee table, and I for employees information table alias name. So therefore, the on table 1, which is E, that employee number is equals to the second column, I, that employee number. So E refers to your first table and I refers to your second table. Okay? So it means that the two tables will be joined using the match column, which is employee number. Okay? So let us now run. Okay, so we have an error result. So you have column ambiguously defined because we included the common field on the select clause, which is employee number. Okay, so to correct this error, you have to type from what table you have to display the employee number. Okay, so let us now use the employee table, which is E, employee number. Okay, and then let's now test. Okay, so it is also better to indicate its column on the select clause. So add the table's name for each column. So we have the dep ID coming from employee table. So we have E dot dep ID. The last name is also from employee table. So E dot last name. For contact numbers, it is available in the second table, which is employee info. So we have alias name I. So I dot contact numbers. And city is also from table 2, which is I. Okay? So you better type this way. Okay? So click now run. So you have the same output. Okay, so again, so we have the 4 returns rows. Okay? So we will add the salary, so employee salary from employee table. And then let us add the where clause here to restrict the rows where salary is greater than or equal to 15,000. So let us run. Okay, so we have 3 rows. 3 rows return based on this condition. Okay, salary greater than or equal to 15,000. So what if your two tables has no common fields? For example, I have another table, job grade. Okay, so these are the fields for job grade, grade level, lower salary, and highest salary. So in this table, it will define the salary grade level, ranges from, say for example, grade level A ranges from 10,000 to 12,500. For grade level B, salary ranges from 12,500 to 16,500 and so forth. Okay, so let us join this table with employee table to determine the grade level of the employee's salary. Okay, since they don't have common field, so let us use the non-equal operators, which is greater than or less than or between. Okay, so let us determine the salary of the employee within the range. On what range to determine the grade level. Okay, so let us use the two tables. So select so employee table. Okay, employee table to display the employee number, the last name of the employee, the salary of the employee, and the dep ID. Okay, so let us put alias for this table, employee E. So alias of employees table is E. So let us now add the table's name here. So E. So it means that this column is coming from employee table. Okay. Then join with another table, which is the job grade table. Okay, let us have an alias named J. And then let us display the grade level. Grade level from job grade table. So J, grade level. Okay. Okay, so on. Since they don't have common fields, so let us use the salary column. So we will determine the grade level of the employee's salary. So we have to determine the range. On what range is included. Okay, so on what range of this grade level is the employee salary included. Okay, so let us use the range. So between the lowest range, lowest salary, and the highest salary. Okay, so to determine the range group of the employee's salary. Okay, lowest salary and the highest salary. So since they don't have common field, so we will use the non-equality comparison, which is the between operator, to determine the salary range of each employee from this table and indicate the grade level. Okay, let us now run. Okay, so as you can see, we have 10 records returned. So the two tables are now combined. So we can determine this grade level, salary grade level of each employee. Okay. So we can also include or add order by clause to arrange the data. Say order by salary into from highest to lowest, so this or descending order. Okay, let us now run. Okay, so also you can restrict rows to be retrieved using the where clause. So say you only want to display data from department ID equals to 40. So we have dep ID equals to 40. Take note that the where clause should be typed before the order by clause. Okay, so let us now run. You only have now 2 rows returned because of the where condition that we have type, which is dep ID equals to 40. Okay, so we have different types of joins in SQL. So we have the inner join, returns records that have matching values in both tables. Okay, so we have different types of the joins in SQL. So you have the inner join, returns the records that have matching values in both tables. So we have this figure, the inner join. As you can see, it only extract the data that or return the data that have matching values both from table 1 and table 2. Okay. So this is similar with the natural join, the using join, the using clause, and the on clause that we have used earlier. Then we have another type. We have the left join. So left join is the type of outer join. So this returns all records from the left table and the match records from the right table. So as you can see, that it will return all the records on your table 1 together with the match records from the right table. Okay. So for the unmatched records on your right table will not be returned or will not be displayed. Okay. For the right outer join, returns all records from the right table and the match records from the left table. So this is the right join. So it will retrieve all data from the right table, okay, and the match records from the left table. Okay, so all unmatched records from the left table or table 1 will not be displayed. Okay. And then the last one, we have the full outer join. It is possible to create a join condition to retrieve all matching rows and all unmatched rows from both tables. If you want to display all data from table 1 and table 2, okay, both the matching rows and unmatched rows from both tables, then we will use the full outer join. Okay, so you have the syntax for outer join. So select columns from table 1. So you have what type of outer join. So you have the left, right, or full join. Table 2 on table 1, that column is equals to table 2, that column. So you have to type the equal or common column names here. Okay, so let us apply this. Okay, so let us first check the tables to be used. So let us use the employee information table. So we have employee number here. So we have 4 records. And then for employee number, so we have city here. So we only have 4 employees that have contact numbers, birthday, and city records. Okay. Then for employee table, so we have 10 records. So if we will join these 2 tables using left table, so let us display the employee number. Okay, say dep ID. From table 1, so let us put alias tables alias name, which is E on table 1. Join table 2, which is employee info. Okay, with I as alias name. So employee number coming from first table, employee table, and dep ID. Also, let us display the contact numbers. Contact numbers and city of each employee. Okay, so these 2 fields coming from second table, which is employee info. So let us add the alias table's name, which is I and I city. Okay, so since we want to display all the employees records, which is 10 records, okay, so we will use the left join to extract all the records from first table, which is employee table. Okay, so left join to be matched with second table, which is employee info. Okay, so let us see what will happen. Take note that the employee info table, we only have 4 records. Okay, then for employee table, we have 10 records. Okay, so left join. Let us now run. Okay, then type on. So using the on clause, type their common field, which is employee number. So which is employee number. The employee number is equals to the second table employee number. So it means that we have to match employee number by employee number. So let us now run. Okay, so as you can see, using the left join table, so we still have 10 rows returned because it displays all rows from left table or the first table, which is employee table. Okay, and the match rows on right table. So we only have 4 contact numbers and city here. Okay, so for the unmatched rows, the values of on the right table will become null value or empty. Okay, so that's the left join table. So using the other type of outer join, so let us now use the right join. So the same. So we'll use the same table. So for the right join, okay, so the right join, it displays all rows on right table, which is the employee info, and the match rows with the left table. Okay, so same column list from 2 tables, employee and employee info. Okay, on employee number. Okay, so for the right, let us now run. So you can see we only have now 4 rows returned because it displays only all rows on the right table. That is 4. Okay. Okay, so let us use other tables name, which is the department ID. So let us check. So this time let us use the depth table as your second table. So the right table. Okay. So let us now change this to D name. So to determine the department name of the employees. Okay, so from employee, right join dep D on E employee numbers and D, no, their common field name is dep ID. The common field name of these 2 tables is dep ID. So dep ID. Okay. So let us now run. Okay, so the right, so we have 10 rows. So it displays the records on the, it displays all records from department table, which is a department name, with maths columns on first table, which is employee table. So it means that all employees on table 1 have department ID or department name assigned. Okay. So let us now use the full outer join. So let us type full outer join or full join. So with the same table name, 2 tables. So we have the full outer join. So again, we have 10 rows returned, but as you can see, for the full outer joins, it will display all the data was from